Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Nev's Garage. Now if this is your first time joining us here, please hit that subscribe button and also toggle on that little bell. That way you'll be notified when our next great video drops. Don't get too carried away with our back catalogue or our future catalogue now though, because we've got a cracker episode right here, right now. This is my ceiling of my living room, or as I like to call it, my interior garage. Right, this is where the magic happens. I want to improve the quality of my hi-fi system, okay? So what we're going to be doing, going to be putting some sweet new 8-inch two-way ceiling speakers up into, you guessed it, the ceiling. Right, 5 places around the room. Going to give us some sweet surround sound. Get the existing speakers off the floor, keep the missus happy as well, make it a bit tidier, right? But we're not just going to simply pop them up into the ceiling, because these bad boys aren't going to sound too good if they're up in the free air in the roof, right? So what we're going to be also doing is making some sweet bespoke speaker boxes that'll live hidden up in the ceiling up there. And they're going to do a sweet job of making these new speakers sound nice and crisp, give us a nice deep sound, and probably going to up our sweet dB level as well. So it's pretty exciting. It's going to be a great episode. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is going to make the boxes, okay? Just going to be making them out of melamine laminated particle board. Why? Well, it's nice and stiff, it's pretty good to work with, and it's cheap. It's going to live up in the ceiling, it's not going to be exposed to the weather or anything. Well, I mean, if it is, you've got bigger problems than if your speaker boxes are getting wet. So yeah, I'm going to chop it up now and then assemble our speaker boxes. Alright guys, so here's all our pieces, all pre-cut, tops, bottom, sides. Time to screw them together. Okay guys, so here's our boxes all made. Now what I've done is I've left the tops loose, but they're already pre-drilled and screwed so that when we get up in the ceiling, we can put the speaker up in there, wire them up, put some jizz around the side, and then easily screw them down, and then it's done. So as much preparation as possible down here means less work up in there in the crawl space. So there we go, 5 nice boxes, and you can you can hear, you know, that nice boxy resonance that they have, and that's going to give us that oonce oonce in our sound quality. Okay guys, well, it's time to do the cutouts in the ceiling. Got our trusty multi-tool here with a blade that I've actually chucked in the vise and just put a bit of a curve in. So hopefully that'll help us cut out the circular holes. So let's pop them out now. Okay guys, well, no going back now. Got big holes in the ceiling. So we can see there the center, front right, rear right. And if we spin the camera around a bit, you'll see the front left and rear left. So yeah, how about we jump up in the ceiling now, chuck our boxes up and go from there. Okay guys, so got all our boxes in. Now you'll notice there's some wooden side supports on here that kind of make them look like the Ark of the Covenant. That's so that, because they're so heavy, and we're going to add the weight of the speaker as well, I don't want them pushing the ceiling away from the rafters. So these supports are going to span the two rafters and hang the box up there. So all the weight's going to be supported on the rafter. So what we're going to do now is just going to cut a bit of the insulation to slide in front of the front left and front right speaker boxes, and then we're going to slide the boxes into place. Okay guys, so they're all going to fit. So what I'm going to do now is just lift them off and put some sealant adhesive around the holes on the ceiling and just stick them to the ceiling. And what that's going to do is make a sandwich and make it really solid where those speakers are going to go in, right? So there's not going to be any rattles. The sound quality is going to be really good. It's basically going to make the ceiling into the speaker box. So just going to do that now. Alright guys, well, I've left the boxes overnight and the adhesive is now dry. So I'm going to take out the weights or house bricks out of the boxes, and we can drop the wires through so we can hook the speakers up. Alright guys, so we've got our cables down through the holes now. So I'm just going to strip the ends and prepare for the speakers to be lifted up in the ceiling. Yeah. Leo's telling me to hurry up, so I better get to it. Alright guys, so the end of the cables are all stripped now, and just thought I'd show you how the box is finished off. So you can see there against the ceiling now, it's all unitized. Right, it's nice and solid. And if we have a look up inside the box, it's going to be really, really cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just going to brush any dust out of the bottom of the boxes, and then we're ready to fit the speakers. Okay guys, it's speaker time. Now what we've got for the front of the room is these sweet internally angled drivers, okay? So basically these are going to sit up in the ceiling. They look flush, but they're angled so that the speaker fires towards you. So it's going to make that sound stage a lot better. Now they fasten up into the ceiling pretty simply. They've just got these little tabs here that flip around when you start screwing the retainers. So we just flip all them back in a minute. Now I've made up this little cardboard plate for the bottom here so I can lift the speaker safely without touching the cone. So now we're just going to wire her up. There we go. Just flip the tabs back. Alright, so we've got all the tabs pushed back, got it wired up. We'll tuck the wire away very carefully. And lift it up into the hole. Alright, now we just put our screwdriver up in the screw and it'll flip the little tab around. And start screwing up our speaker. Cool. Let's do the others. All right guys, well they're in there. Now let's just give them a bit of a sound check before we put the top caps on. All right. All right, so there's some basic smoothing done. The landing. Check one's good. The damaged parts. Check two's good. Anyway. So now what we're going to do is check three's good. Try and keep fitting it into the bottom. Check four's good. And check five's good. Sweet. Let's jump back up on the roof and put the caps on. Get this thing finished. All right guys, well it's time for the top caps. That's pretty exciting, we're nearly done. So, got a bit of sealant adhesive here. Just going to run a bead around the top and put our pre-drilled cap on top and seal them up. So let's get stuck into it, eh? Okay guys, so let me take you on a bit of a tour and I'll show you how she looks up close. Pretty neat, huh? Alright guys, well, check them out. They're all done. Speaker boxes are all sealed up, the roof's back together, and got our sweet speakers up in the ceiling. You want a close up? I'll show you. Check them out. So that's one of the rear ones. Okay, it fires straight down. Here's the front right hand side one now. That's looking straight up at it. See how it's angled towards the front? And if you step back here, with the light at the right angle, you can see that it's firing back at you. And the same goes for all three of the front speakers. And then of course the other rear one is a straight shooter. Cool. Alright guys, well that wraps us up for this episode. As always, thanks for tuning in, thanks for liking and sharing, and also make sure you jump on our Instagram, follow us there, and you might be treated to some behind the scenes shots and little tidbits. Anyway, until next time, I'm Nev, this is Not My Garage, and I'll see you next time. Say bye, Leo.